Hello there, you amazing viewers and subscribers, and welcome to my video, why you should watch Doctor Who Remembrance of the Daleks. So if you're new to Doctor Who and you've only just watched like the current series of Doctor Who going on and you want to get into classic Who, and I'm going to recommend to watch Doctor Who Remembrance of the Daleks. And now this is one of the reasons why I do highly recommend this story, because for me, even though I don't get how some of the stuff like how Scarro's still about after the story, but that you should really go and check out that other video. I'm going to put the link underneath if you want to go and watch that video. So for today I'm going to show you why I own of Doctor Who Remembrance of the Daleks, and then talk about why I really enjoy Remembrance of the Daleks and why I think you should too. So talking about Remembrance of the Daleks, I own it twice on VHS. So the first VHS copy I own is this little beauty. Now, I got this from a charity shop only for 50p the other day. It's not bad, eh? For only 50p for Doctor Who Remembrance of the Daleks on VHS. And I absolutely love the VHS. I love what you watch them on VHSs. I love watching them on DVD. So, yeah, I've got the VHS copy just there. And also on VHS, I own it in a very fantastic Doctor Who box set. The Davros collection, which has all got from Genesis of the Daleks down to Remembrance of the Daleks. So you've got the two Tom Baker stories, the Peter Davison story, the Colin Baker story, and the Wapping McCoy story with Davros and the Daleks in the Davros collection. And this one, as you can see, it tells you here, it is 02482 limited edition. I've still got to get the DVD version of this box set, which is the limited edition box set as well of the Davros collection. I am trying to track that one down. So I have got Remembrance of the Daleks in VHS twice. So yeah, let's put the Termaloy picture of Davros here. I also own it on DVD twice as well. So we've got the original 2001 DVD, which is this one. The fantastic DVD release of Remembrance of the Daleks. So we've got it here on DVD. That's the 2001 one. And it was released way back in 2009 on DVD in a special edition. And I believe this was the very first special edition to ever get to be released. And as you can see, if I show you carefully, Sylvester McCoy signed it. Paul High, Sylvester McCoy, 7th Doctor. I absolutely love this story. To own it 4 times over, you could tell how much of a story lover I am for Remembrance of the Daleks, if I can get it to stay up. There we are. I honestly just flat out love this story. So we got a setting in London 1963. We've got 2 Dalek factions. We have the Dalek Imperial Daleks, which the image to come up, and of course we have the Renegade Daleks, led by the Dalek Supreme, where the Imperial Daleks is led by a Dalek Emperor, aka Mr. Davros himself, basically transformed himself into a Dalek Emperor for the Imperial Daleks. Now, these 2 Daleks are fighting over a Time Lord weapon that the first Doctor left on Earth before basically he had to run away straight away, which is known as the Hand of Omega. Now, the Hand of Omega is the source of power that allowed the Time Lords to have the ability to time travel. And it was actually called the Hand of Omega after the Time Lord, known as Omega, basically sacrificed himself so the Time Lords could have the ability to time travel, which basically we found out that he ended up being trapped inside a black hole of antimatter. Yeah, that's another topic for another video. So what can I tell you about this story? Where does this story literally dive in? So this is the very first story out of the 25th season of Doctor Who. So what do I have to say that's so good about it? Well, we've got Army in this. We have Group Captain Gilmore. And the Doctor does call him the Brigadier. He goes, "Listen to me, Brigadier. Group Captain Gilmore." I really love the way the 7th Doctor just goes, "Listen to me, Brigadier." And the way so really, I love the whole setting where they're literally walking around and the Doctor's there with Ace, and Ace is there with a stereo playing in the background, and he goes, "What do you make of that van?" And she goes, "Oh no, this is that solo." He goes, "No." And then she goes, "Doctor, I'm hungry. Lucky food makes me hungry, you know." And he goes, "There's a cafe down there." And then when she goes and walks off, he goes, "Ace, what? Money." And I love the way how the 7th Doctor literally gets into the van, and he basically is there with Rachel, and she's there listening into the Army's unit radio. And when the Doctor goes, when they hear that someone's been hurt, and it's basically someone named Matthews, and of course they go there with I can't remember Mike, and of course Alison as well. So the Doctor's there in the van with them, and he gets Ace by opening the door saying, "Ace, get in here." So when they're going to investigate, and what do they find that actually killed Matthews? A alien death ray, which means more Daleks. So of course the 7th Doctor basically realises it's a Dalek. So when the Dalek comes out and the humans are there just trying to shoot it, and the Daleks are there, and he goes, "Ace, give me some of that natural 9 you're not carrying, quickly." And then of course he goes, "I take 2. How long are the fuses?" 10 seconds. That's long enough. And then of course the 7th Doctor goes and just literally up to the Renegade Dalek and goes, whistles, goes, "Oi, it's me, the Doctor. What's the matter? Don't you recognise your mortal enemy?" And the Dalek literally turns around. That's literally in the first part though. But when we get to the actual conversation in part 4 with Davros and the Doctor, and the Doctor goes, "Hello, hello, hello, Dalek mothership. Come in, please." Ah, there you are. This is the Doctor, the President-elect of the High Council of the Time Lords, defender of the legacy of Rassilon, defender of the laws of time, protector of Gallifrey. And I call on you to return the Hand of Omega into its proper time and place. And then, of course, we've got Davros going, "Ah, Doctor, we have met again." And I absolutely love the way he goes, "Davros, I should have known. I see you've tried to master the less of a human form, and still no improvement. Save your insults for the weak-minded Doctor." I really love the way Tim Lloyd plays Davros against Peter Davison's Doctor and Colin Baker's Doctors as well. But I really love his performance in this story as well as the Emperor Dalek, aka Davros. Honestly, this story is just absolutely flat out. So we've got 2 Dalek Civil War. We've got a Dalek Civil War, basically. And it does basically lead up to the 7th Doctor program the Hand of Omega to fall into the enemy of the Daleks. So instead of giving the Daleks the ability to time travel and to become the Lords of Time, like they actually want for the plot of this story, he turns Scarro's Sun into a supernova. He literally turns Scarro's Sun into a supernova. So after all the Daleks have been destroyed and stuff, there's only one Dalek left, aka the Dalek, the Supreme Dalek. And he literally goes off to, like, gloats at it. So the Dalek's there stressing, saying, "Out of control." And it literally spins out of control, and he literally turns to dust. And the 7th Doctor literally goes, "Ashes to ashes, dust to dust." Now, the main characters in this, I do like the character of Mr. Ratcliffe. I really think he's an interesting character. It's such a shame that he died by trying to steal the Dalek time control, and he ends up being killed by that little girl who basically has no name. She's just a little girl that goes around singing that one song saying, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's the Doctor at the gate. So we do kind of have her, and she's actually working for the Daleks by being the Daleks' battle computer. And the 7th Doctor really does defeat the Daleks in this, because he does turn Scarro's Sun into a supernova, which means nothing on Scarro should survive. And in fact, he literally gloats about it to the Dalek Supreme, and the Dalek Supreme literally disintegrates itself because it can't believe the fact that Scarro's not out there. Which is one of the reasons why I honestly love this story. I mean, Sylvester McCoy as the 7th Doctor gives such a great performance. For me to say this is the best Dalek story of the 80s, now I'm going to say this because that's my opinion, because this was the very first ever 1980s Dalek story I ever watched with my dad. I mean, I remember rushing home to find he picked up the DVD, and I remember borrowing the DVD quite a few times. I just love Remembrance of the Daleks. It's one of those stories I can go back and rewatch time and time again. I mean, it's a Dalek story. We got a Dalek Civil War, the first Dalek Civil War, basically. And of course, the 7th Doctor manipulates the Daleks by... So this is where we actually see the beginning of the Chess Master Doctor that we see in the next season, in season 26. So this is the start of the Chess Master Doctor, where he's actually playing a game of chess with these 2 Dalek fractions, the Renegade Daleks and the Imperial Daleks. I honestly just love this story. It's a fantastic story. Tom Lloyd as a Davros gives a fantastic performance. I'm really looking forward to have this season coming out on Blu-ray. Hopefully for next year, for the 60th anniversary of Doctor Who, because I would just love to have all of McCoy's run and to have season 25 on Blu-ray, which basically, if I get to meet Sylvester McCoy again, I'll probably get into time, because I absolutely love season 25. Season 25 is my second favourite season after season 26, but my second favourite story out of the McCoy run is, of course, Remembrance of the Daleks. It's just that one story I can go back and keep rewatching and never get bored of it, because I love the fact we got the Dalek ship orbiting the Earth in the opening bit before we get into the title sequence, which is something that never really happened in Doctor Who before until Time and Irani, the year before, where we kind of see the TARDIS being controlled by the Irani, by the attack of the lasers of the Irani. So we do kind of have that. But this story, it really is just superb, honestly. I love the fact we have the special weapons Dalek in this story as well. The way you just see these two renegade Daleks come up against the Imperial races, and the Imperial Daleks are being basically having their asses kicked, and they literally shout, "We must retreat!" And then Davros goes, "Order the special weapons Dalek into position." And I love the music they actually use, that kind of like drum bass bit going on for the music, where the Dalek, where the like special weapons like turns around and fires its weapon at two renegade Daleks and literally just disintegrates them in a spot, and then carries on to try and get the hand of Omega of the renegade Daleks. I honestly love the fact this is an incredible Dalek. I would love to have more stories with the special weapons Dalek. I'm so glad that he's actually he reappeared in A Sign of the Daleks, and of course in The Magician's Apprentice and The Witch's Familiar. I would love to have definitely another Dalek story with the special weapons Dalek, because it is just superb. It's a brilliant design, and the music in this as well is absolutely phenomenal. The introductional music, I can't say the word today. The actual soundtrack they were using, it's superb. This has got one of the best soundtracks. I love the fact we have Ace take out a Dalek with a baseball bat. "Small, human, female, spotted on this level. Who you calling small?" I love the way Sophie Aldred just beats up a Dalek with a baseball bat. Honestly, I just absolutely love that scene. And I love also the Seventh Doctor builds up a weapon that he also literally made up a bit on the planet Sparadon, aka in the Third Doctor's era, in Planet of the Daleks. So I do love the fact we've got that reference coming in through this story as well. Honestly, I love it. And I love the little bit as well where you got where they're stopping at Mike's mom's place and she's there watching TV, and it comes up to the BBC now on BBC One. It seems more time travelling with, and it just cuts out, and you know it's going to say Doctor Who. So really, that is literally breaking the fourth wall, which is just superb, honestly. Remembrance of the Daleks, for me, it is the best Dalek stories of the 80s. And if you do want to watch Doctor Who, Remembrance of the Daleks, I highly recommend it. I've got so much funness for this story. It is just, honestly, it's incredible. It's brilliant. I still want to get this on Target Book, and I can't wait for it to get a Blu-ray release, hopefully, in season 25. So what do you think of Doctor Who, Remembrance of the Daleks? Do you like it? Do you love it? Would you recommend it to somebody who wants to get into Doctor Who? And please do like, subscribe and share, and have a fantastic day. And I'm sorry that this video is literally 12 minutes long. It's just because I can't stop but talk about this story, because it's just incredible. It's brilliant. It's a 10 out of 10, a big 10 out of 10. And I just love the fact that it's got a Dalek Civil War in it. So thank you for watching.